What is Gucci YouTube? It's your boy Black Child 3 Long Face Skinny Body, and we are back still black with some more fire Boruto manga related content. Now, before we get in the video, you already know the dilly. Yo, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash that like button, share the video with your friends, and let's get to the business. Yes, sir. Ski.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
Now, Boruto chapter 15 left us in a kind of stale position in terms of assuming like where the story can go or what direction like genuinely should be focused on after the conclusion of Boruto chapter 15, because a lot of the things have been slowed down within the last 3 chapters. So now it's like, okay, so what's going to happen next? All eyes are typically, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, the last 15 chapters of the Two Blue Vortex manga have been on Boruto, and rightfully so, still are on Boruto due to his exit after his conversation with Kawaki. Now, the most highly anticipated, aside from just that, the most obvious guess, the most directional and obvious way we can go towards is the typical bombshell that dropped at the end of the chapter is that Amado has been suppressing Kawaki's offensive ability. So what's going to happen? Like the ball is in Amado's court now, so it's his turn necessarily to make a move and actually see how things are going to pan out moving forward. So my best bet going into chapter 15, taking in everything that's occurred with, you know, Code and his now new given task by Jura to go hunt down who we know to be Kashin Koji, Boruto's accomplice, and Boruto himself. We know Ryu has just been birthed. Is he gonna go trying to undo the seal that Shinki placed on Gaara first, or is, you know, the Sand Village gonna get help and recon team and dispatch team and the backup team is gonna be dispatched to the hidden Sand Village in time in order to confront the dangers that can possibly occur over there? The interesting things that can happen within, you know, Shikamaru and his stance in the village, right? He's already been threatened, rightfully so, in the previous chapters about his current stance and the blemish that occurred on his record when allowing Boruto to escape so freely when the opportunity was right in their hands at play. So Shikamaru's in the hot seat with the feudal lord. His position as Hokage or Hokage standing is definitely in trouble, but even more so than that, right? You know, the threat of his, you know, stance into the village. Is he actually trying to protect a betrayer in Boruto? And then Ino, right? And then we already talked previously with my guy Inojin, the whole entire, you know, mysteries in terms of his presence once he wakes up, what's going on with his chakra system. But Ino, everybody was run amok. Everybody got thrown for a loop when she flat out denying help to Shikamaru, and she stood her ground. She stood 10 toes down. She said, I'm riding Konoha all the way down to town. You feel me? So Ino stood her ground. What's gonna come of her? Are we gonna see an interaction between her and Sai? We understand how Sai was there and he gave Shikamaru privy knowledge to Amado, admitting the truth, and Amado looking directly in the camera, admitting that his memories have been altered with, admitting that he understands the truth behind, you know, Kawaki's karma and his daughter's data actually being placed within Kawaki as opposed to Boruto. So Sai's conversation with Ino can very much be important because he asked Shikamaru, what do you make of this? Which led Shikamaru on his current rabbit trail in trying to suppress his true intentions, but also trying to hold on to his intentions and memories that he placed within Boruto. So all of this being played out, it's like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? But we know for sure my guy Amado is in like the hottest of all hot seats, right? Kawaki has to make a play, whether he believes Boruto or not. At the end of the day, but Boruto already revealed, right? Kawaki is going to come to this conclusion one way or another, and it's been kind of fishy, and I've been pointing it out time and time again, as I've said currently on the channel in the previous past, ever since Two Blue Vortex aired. I'm like, Kawaki has to have some type of mental block going on. You know what I'm saying? It's not really like the Ishiki power we're supposed to fear being revived in Kawaki's body type of power he's displaying. He's displaying like mediocre type of vibes. He's getting knocked out by Claw Grimes, and everybody's going to say with the Rinnegan. I understand it had a Rinnegan. He's getting one shot one-shotted, two-shotted by, you know what I'm saying, Juro, one-shotted by Boruto. And we're scratching heads right now. Even the haters, you know what I'm saying, rightfully so. We're scratching heads. Like, this is not the guy that built up all of the hype at the end of the chapter. So Kawaki is going to have to make some moves, right? So the most obvious direction I can see chapter 16 taking is going into the direction of Kawaki confronting Amado possibly being exposed in a minor regard. I don't think his position within the village is actually going to blow up right now in terms of everybody is going to start questioning him, because like this guy Amado already have been showing time and time again, he has moves behind moves planned for the other move behind the first move in the corner right next to the first move. You feel me? So he has probably plans within plans imposed of like once he gets exposed, imposed of like once his secret starts to get out, in terms of everybody starts to figuring out some of the inconsistencies with their memories, and opposed to Boruto in relation to Kawaki as well. So this is going to be a lot for Amado to actually, you know, play when the ball has actually been placed inside of his court. So it's going to be interesting if Kawaki even decides to confront him, because we know Amado has already been privy to the conversation. So it's not like you're going to catch him off guard. How is he going to present himself? Is he going to deny all allegations? Is he going to play into a trap? Is he going to, you know, work his way and manipulate his way around the situation? How much of Kawaki's offensive power is actually, you know, relinquished? Will we actually see Kawaki getting his limiters removed next chapter? Is it going to be something so simple, or will Kawaki even throw us for a loophole, right? His disdain and distrust for Boruto stems so deep in regards to him admittedly so proving that, yes, admitting that I'm weaker than you, we're going to need to get stronger in order to work together and take down the Shinju. But I don't know about this whole Amado's limiting, and he might hesitate even to, you know, question Amado and throw us off for a loop in that regard. I don't think Kawaki might go as that far. I might think, right, Kawaki might step and he might play his hand a little too far in terms of questioning Amado, his intentions, what's actually going down, you know, with Delta, Akibi. We got to remember Kawaki was the first person, necessarily the only person, who asked Amado, and me reviving your daughter with my karma, and me doing that, is this act gonna revive your daughter Akibi as is, or will I bringing forth a new Otsutsuki and a new possible threat for us to face with and ultimately have trouble dealing with, right? So Kawaki's already was skeptical on that end. So now that he finds proof and understands proof that, you know, Amado has been tampering with his body in ways that ultimately prevents him from shining in his brightest light, Kawaki is going to have to make some type of step there, but ultimately overplaying his hand, and Amado can double down, was like, what was that frog you saw? You know, do you know something about Boruto's accomplice? Is Kashin Koji alive? Kawaki speculated. He didn't give the information to nobody. It wasn't necessarily proven 100% whether Kashin Koji relinquished the frog and desummoned it, or reverse summoned it, or Kawaki shrunk the frog, but Kawaki did know, or ... You know, the panelists gave us an inclination or some type of clue that Kawaki speculated Kashin Koji had some type of hand in Boruto's arrival and knowledge within the Hidden Leaf Village. But now we understand that Amado has put two together. His only question mark hangs on the thread of what is Kashin Koji's true intentions. Understanding that we know, at least to the most part, at least that Kashin Koji is allowing us to know what he wants to prevent, you know, the worst possible outcome from the world. But with his 10 directions abilities and the truth of his powers being revealed and all the mysteries behind it, there's still so many open ends in terms of Kashin Koji's ultimate end goal and true intentions. But Amado was just left on the deep end, so he has to worry about not only Shikamaru, despite his position being shaky, right? He has to worry about Kawaki. Now he has to worry about the possible threat of Kashin Koji being out there, but also Boruto, who's, you know, posing all of these, you know, obstacles inside of Amado's way, in a way that, you know, he's coming back as a powerhouse, and he's portraying himself in a way prior to Kashin Koji's debut in the manga as someone who has all of this information and knowledge that you need to get in contact to right now in the midst of everything that's going around in the ninja world. But we understand that is due to Kashin Koji's knowledge and his prescience ability. So Amado has a lot to deal with, long story short, and Kawaki pressing him next chapter is the only real logical outcome I see going down within chapter 16. But it's more so like, how is it going to play out, right? What is Kawaki going to do? And is Kawaki even going to get his powers, you know, unlimited within the next chapter? Is this something that is going to be a wordplay of games? We know Kawaki is skeptical. He's logical despite his rash decision making, especially within the past, right? In the recent past, he's a very logical and, you know, skeptical guy. So he can play a little back and forth, a little 1-2 with Amato. But I can't, you know, shake off the idea that Kawaki might just overplay his hand. Amato wiggle his way around it and prevents Kawaki from getting his limiters removed, maybe for like another 3 or 4 or 5 chapters. But I just find it so hard to believe Kawaki would, you know, run away or stray from the possibility that he could have more power. But even just asking Amado, yo, I talked to Boruto, tell me what's going on, like for real, like let me know right now. And we know Kawaki isn't one, or he isn't shy to show a little bit of force of aggressiveness. The question then lies is he have knowledge to the shutdown code that Amado should know about and currently have access to within Kawaki's body? Does he have knowledge of all of these things that Amado is able to do, pause through Kawaki's body, such as like looking at the actual things that Kawaki can see through his eyes with the scientific technology Amado placing him? There's a lot going on. And like I said, bro, I don't see Kawaki just taking away or just shying from this opportunity, just holding off on one chapter. If the only thing that can take us away from this direction next chapter, within the next few chapters, is the authors deciding to focus in one of the many directions, as I stated previously earlier on in the video, like with Shikamaru in his position with the feudal lords, going down with the Shinju, with Ryu, with Code, with Boruto, and even with Kashin Koji's current position. Where is he at, and what was going down with him in the midst of the battle that happened in the hideout, more than likely in a different spot than where they were actually at? But what's his current position and what's happening with him, right? But all of this being said, all of that aside, this guy Kawaki has to confront Amado. Like, that has to be the next thing he's gonna do. That has to be like Boruto just flying Rajin about the, like, Kawaki cannot be going to go get the little chocolate takoyaki, whatever fish thing. He gotta step to the man's office and ask him, like, what's going down with A, B, C, and D. It's your boy Black Uchiha. Let me know how y'all feel and what do y'all think will actually go down with Amado and Kawaki within the next chapter specifically, but within the next upcoming chapters more so, definitely. It's your boy, holla at your boy, I'ma holla at y'all, Black Uchiha. Yes, sir. Ski.